Mask off? Yeah.
There we go.
Things aggravating.
Okay, Coach. Everybody that's on here, again, please mute your microphones. Okay, Coach, we're ready for an opening statement from you. Thank you.
Yeah, all right. Hey, guys, I just, first of all, I just want to give Western Kentucky a lot of credit. We knew coming in that they were a really good football team. You have a lot of respect for their staff. They've done a phenomenal job. I think coming into tonight's game, that was the two most improved teams, in the country last year. And they had a ton of experience coming back, guys that are playmakers. And so, we had a lot of respect for them. And, we didn't start out great, but our guys kept their composure. And then we had a great second quarter. So I'm proud of the guys for that. We obviously got a lot of things we got to work on to get better. But I thought our defense came out and played outstanding tonight. We put them in a bad situation a few times, but man, they played a great game. Great job on third down to get off the field. Only gave up maybe a couple of the big chunk plays. It was just a really, really good effort. And the guys played extremely hard out there tonight. Offensively, did some good things. I thought Cunningham was, I guess, career high throwing the football. I give credit to a lot of it to his receivers and offensive line too. With that, those guys made some big time plays out there. But we needed to be able to throw the ball tonight. They were loading up the box to try to stop the run, which they did a good job of that. So we've always said, man, if they take that away, we got to be able to throw it. And we feel good about our guys on the outside. So overall, super pleased to have a win. 1-0, and looking forward to getting ready for Miami.
We'll take questions now. Please identify yourself and return yourself to mute after you ask the question.
Coach, Tim Sullivan from the Courier-Journal. You had 4 touchdown drives of 85 yards or more, a lot of big plays. 2 of your touchdown drives were 4 plays or less. This is a pretty explosive offense, it appears. What were your impressions along those lines?
Yeah, absolutely, Tim. I think you can go back to last year. We had a lot of big plays last year. We just have those kind of guys, I think, on the outside, even at running back and at quarterback. We have a lot of weapons. And our guys never feel like they're behind the sticks very much. Even if it's long yardage, we still feel pretty good about that. They feel like they can get a first down. So, really, really pleased about the big play capabilities that we do have. And, the guys made plays. That's what they did tonight. And hopefully they'll be able to do that the rest of the year.
Hey, Coach Cameron with the Courier-Journal. Braden made a few big plays for you guys, especially early in the game.
Yeah.
Just kind of, I know you guys talked a lot about him during the spring, but when you have him on the field and potentially even Tutu on the field at the same time, how much does that open up the offense for you guys?
Yeah, a couple of those big plays we had. We had Dez Fitzpatrick out there, Tutu, Braden. Those guys are hard to defend, and you're going to leave somebody single covered. And Cunningham did a good job of recognizing that on a couple of those long balls where Braden was one-on-one. He beat his defender. Great protection on those plays, and he was able to hit them. And those are big time plays. I think they were both on third down, but they were big plays in the game that set us up to go get some touchdowns there. So he's a big play threat. He's a former quarterback. He understands the game. He's a guy that you could put a lot of different positions. He's also a really good blocker. He's not a huge guy, but he's strong. He's put together well. So he did some good things in the blocking game as well.
Coach, Pat Jaggers, ESPN Louisville. What was your assessment of your offensive line after game 1 of the season?
Well, I thought at times they did really good. At other times we did not do good. We're certainly going to have things we're going to have to work on when we get back and watch the film. There's no question about it. I thought for the most part they did a pretty good job in protecting in the pass game. And in the run game, they were loading up the box. There's a lot of guys down there. So we'll have to look to kind of see what we can do better. I know there's some things we can do better. But I think overall, I was pleased. I think those 2 defensive ends are really good players. We're going to play some good defensive ends this year in ACC, but that number 10 is a guy's a draftable player. The other one's going to have a shot as well in the NFL. They're both really good players. So I think that was a good gauge for us to look at as we had this first game.
Hey, Coach, Michael McCammon from Cardinal Authority. Obviously an explosive first half, not so much in the second half. Any concern about a letdown there from the guys? Obviously it's just the season opener, but your thoughts there?
Well, I don't think so. I mean, we got in a bind twice, once in the first, once in the second on our punt team, and that certainly is a letdown. But we in the second half we just didn't make as many plays offensively as we got to make. We'll go back and look at those and make those corrections. But you have to be consistent, and to be able to do that throughout 4 quarters if you want to compete for the ACC. We all know that. Again, that's why you're pleased when you come in here and you got a big win and you got things you can go work on.
It's Scott Cameron again. Russ had a big hit, obviously forced the fumble, recovered the fumble. And I know for him it's been a long road back to the field. Just what was it like to see him not only get on the field but be able to make a play like that when he got the chance?
That was awesome. Russ is what he had to overcome with that injury was unbelievable. At the time when he did it against Syracuse last year, you thought, okay, maybe a significant injury, but you didn't think it was going to be that bad. It was bad. And, he lived in the training room. I mean, he lived there the whole time of when we were all back in our homes for those 3 or 4 months. I mean, he was getting treatment and getting that thing healed up. He was able to come out in camp. Had a really, really good camp, but we didn't allow him to tackle during camp because obviously we want him to continue to heal and get to that first game. So tonight was really his first time playing live football. Even in the scrimmages, he played, but he didn't tackle. I mean, so we were kind of protecting him a little bit. So really proud of him. That was a huge play he made tonight in that particular play to get that ball. So, he's been a great leader for us. Really excited for him to be able to get back on that field and play like he did tonight.
Coach Michael McCammon again. Talk about the play of Monty Montgomery came up with a couple big stacks at a key moment for you guys there in the second half.
Yeah, Monty's he's a big play defensive guy. He's not the tallest linebacker, but he's extremely explosive. He's got probably the best bend on our defense when I was like rushing the passer. I mean, he can get about 3 feet off the ground and he's running full speed. And the tackles have a hard time blocking him. And he did a tremendous job tonight. There was a big-time tackle for loss on a running back. He pressured the quarterback, sacked the quarterback 2 or 3 times. I mean, he had a really, really impactful game. I was really pleased to see that out of him, because he's playing in there, Dorian and CJ are the starting linebackers. So, but we have ways to get him in the game. We have packages to get him because he's such a dynamic playmaker. And I think he could really have a big year for us, particularly in the pass rush game.
Scott, you put Cameron again. You played a lot of newcomers, whether on defense or on offense, at least sometime in the game today. Just your thoughts on just them as a whole. Obviously, a few of them had some pretty big plays.
Yeah, again, it's a very unique year to be a newcomer, to come into a college campus, to start college class in the way we've had to start it, to practice the way we've had to do it, to train, all those things. And then to make it to the game, and then get out there and play. So, a lot of these guys, the first time they played for us tonight, and they made plays. It was great to see. Yaya had a big play tonight on a tackle for loss. So it's just awesome to see. And what we're trying to do is build more depth. And we got some of these guys to come in here to give us more depth. And but it had been easy on the newcomers. That's for sure. Right? When those guys come in, everything they're big-eyed and they don't really know what's getting ready to happen. And for them to go out and perform like they did. But I think it's because of the way we practice. I mean, our preparation, we get after it, very intense. We're trying to prepare the guys for anything that may happen in the game so that when they get in the game, it's not going to be a shock to them. The one thing I kept talking to them all last week is the speed of the game, how fast the game's going to be when you start playing on Saturday night. But they did a really good job with that tonight, and they played fast and they played hard.
We'll take one last question for Coach.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, Cameron again. Was today at all weird with all the COVID guidelines and everything you guys had to do, considering it's your first game in this kind of COVID era?
It wasn't weird. I mean, the mask is the only thing that's awful. I mean, I guess everybody knows that. So that's not breaking news. I mean, but it's hard to breathe out there with the mask. It was humid tonight. It was kind of rainy. Your mask gets wet. It's a little bit challenging doing it that way. But really, I kind of like the 15-yard line. You get some extra room on the sideline. I like that. That's kind of new and aspect of the game. But really, once you kick the ball off, it's football, and that's kind of where that's kind of their safe place for everybody to go out there and play. They love it. They like being out there. But other than those couple of things there, it was fun. It was fun to get out and compete and watch our guys compete, do what they love to do.
Great, thank you, Coach.
All right, thanks. Appreciate it.
Up next will be Braden Smith, wide receiver for the Cardinals. We'll go ahead and take questions now for Braden.
Hey, Braden, Cameron with the Courier Journal. Just kind of walk us through what was that first catch like? A pretty big play when kind of you guys are pinned in the red zone.
It's surreal. Growing up as a kid, this is a moment that you dream of, and just thankful, that the coaches even gave me the opportunity to go out there and make a play. And I just try to do my small role of the team and make plays when I had the opportunity. So I'm just glad it worked out in our favor.
Braden, Tim Sullivan from the Courier Journal. There were a lot of big plays tonight. Can you maybe address the number of weapons that you guys have on offense, particularly the wide receivers?
Oh man, it's ridiculous how much speed and route running we have at wide receiver. I mean, all 9 of us, have the ability to start, have the ability to make plays, and I think that's just a testament to the training we do. And Coach Brewer, as our receiver coach, he did a great job of he does a great job of training us and coaching us up. And we feel like we have 9 guys that can go out there and make plays at any point in any game. And I think that's a big part of our success that we're going to have this season.
Hey, Braden, Michael Micale, Cardinal Authority. You guys backed up at your own goal line. Scott Satterfield calls that big play. What's it say about his confidence in you guys as an offense?
It says a lot. We've worked hard all camp, all summer, all spring, to build that confidence in the passing game, and for him to give us that opportunity early in the game like that to run downfield, make plays. It feels good as a receiver whole, and we just try to do our best and make plays on the opportunities we're given.
Hey, Braden, Cameron again. I know you used to play quarterback. How much do you feel like that helps you when you're out there at wide receiver?
It definitely helps. A few things you can pick up on playing quarterback as far as coverage wise. It helps you, and but at the end of the day, you're playing receiver, so it doesn't. I don't feel like it's a game changer, but definitely as far as looks and coverages, it may give you a slight advantage.
Hey, Braden, Michael McCammon again. ESPN announced during the game that game day's coming here for next weekend. What does that mean to you as a player?
It's a good feeling, that it'd be a big game, primetime game, but I think for us, we kind of got to, avoid that distraction and just play us and do us. We know it's a big game. We know what we have coming, and, we feel like we have the weapons both offensively and defensively to win that game. And, so we'll get back in the lab tomorrow and, work on that game.
One more question?
Yeah, Braden, when you were getting recruited here to Louisville, how much did they talk to you about what your playing time would look like, or kind of what made Louisville, what kind of sold you on Louisville?
To be honest, Louisville was the biggest offer I had coming out of JUCO, and Coach Brew, we built a really good relationship, all throughout the summer and spring, and it just felt like home to me. And he told me, you come here, we knew what we had, and just go out there and try to make plays, and things will work themselves out. And I think he's done a great job of coaching me and helping me grow as a receiver. And I think, it's one of the greatest decisions I've made, as far as football wise. So.
Well, thank you, Braden.
I appreciate that.
Thank you. Up next, Micale Cunningham, quarterback.
Ouch.
Micale's with us now, so we'll go ahead and open up for questions for Micale.
Micale, Cameron from the Courier Journal. That first deep ball you threw to Braden, you guys are still early. You guys are kind of pinned down in the red zone. What were you thinking when you let that go? And I imagine you assumed you knew Braden would get up with the speed he had.
Yes, all week we was lined up in a certain formation, and on film those guys gave us a look where we can take that number 2 guy on the go route, and pre-snap I was coach called it licking your chops, and I just dropped back and held the safety, made a good throw to Braden, and he did something with it. But we was kind of looking forward to that look on 3rd down, so we attacked it like we did tonight. That's it.
Okay, Micale, Cameron again. I know you guys would raved about Braden this offseason.
Mhm.
Just what he did today in his first game under the lights surprise you at all?
No, honestly, it did not surprise me at all. I mean, we knew coming to this game that a lot of those guys were going to have to make some plays because we knew they were going to try to take Tutu away, which they did a pretty good job of that. And Dez and Braden and Justin made some plays for us on the outside, and that's what good. We got to come to play when they take away our number one guys. Some other guys got to step up, and that's what they did tonight, which was good to see.
Micale,
That touchdown you threw to Dez, did you figure that was the interception?
Say one more. Wait, which question?
That touchdown you threw to Dez, did you think that was the interception?
Honestly, in a game of football, you got to get lucky sometimes. And Dez bailed me out on that one. That's all I'm going to say.
Micale, Tim Sullivan from the Courier. You had a lot of big plays tonight. Was this just a matter that you guys had just too much speed for them? They couldn't contend with it, or was there something else involved?
I mean, well, we definitely have a lot of speed, a ton of speed, but honestly, as a team standpoint, we were just ready to get back out there and play against another team. I mean, waiting around all day to 8 p.m. was really like crazy. Like, it was tiring us, and we were just so ready to get out there and play. And I mean, guys played great at both sides of the ball, and O-line did a good job. I want to thank those guys. And Hawk and Sonny, they ran the ball hard today, and we made plays on the outside, which we got to do every week.
Hey, Micale, Michael McCampbell from Cardinal Authority. Now you guys get to step into ACC play, and college game days coming to your building for that game against Miami. What's that mean to you guys as players?
It's another game on our schedule. It starts we call it ring games around here, so it's a good game. Those guys put it on us last year, and they come to our house, and we're looking to defend our house.
Micale, Cameron again, is it mean anything more that game day is going to be here?
I mean, no, it doesn't mean anything to me. It's another football game. We're happy for them guys to be here, but we're worried about our opponent. We're not worried about game day.
Any other questions for Micale? Okay, Micale, we thank you for joining us.
Y'all boy, mask up.
All right, we're now joined with Dorian Etheridge right now. Go ahead and ask your questions for Dorian.
Dorian, Michael McCampbell from Cardinal Authority. Pretty big defensive outing for yourself tonight. I think you ended up leading the team with 8 tackles, but 3.5 for a loss. Just talk about your performance overall this evening.
Yeah, I mean, just trying to play more aggressive this year. I mean, a lot of the guys around me were just in the right spot, so it's allowing me to play faster.
Dorian, Cameron with the Courier Journal. Obviously, other than the times you guys got pinned back, defense played pretty well. Just kind of give me your overall thoughts on how you thought you guys played in the opener.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we played solid. We played solid. We definitely got a lot of things to clean up. But I mean, it wasn't nothing to really hang our heads on tonight. I mean, we got put in a couple of bad situations, but we still got to ball our nets and keep them out.
You guys have talked a lot about this offseason about playing faster and kind of knowing the defense. You feel like one game in, you guys played a little faster than you might have last year? Oh,
for certain. For certain. I mean, we just been focused in. We trying to change the narrative of our defense. I mean, and it starts with every game. So we just been fine tuning the little things.
Bryn, Monty Montgomery had a couple. Monty Montgomery had a couple big sacks there. What makes him so much different or difficult for opposing lines to slow him down?
I mean, he's an explosive guy. He's a very explosive guy. He just covers ground so fast. By the time you try to make a cut, he's already on you.
Dorian, what was it like? Just, I mean, Russ has been through a lot with his injury. What was it like to see him get back out there? He had that big hit, the fumble and the fumble recovery. Just as a teammate, just what was it like to see him get back on the field healthy?
Yeah, my dog back. I mean, he bad. I mean, you gotta shake back. When stuff like that happen to you, you can either go one or two ways. You can either like just go downhill from that, or you can just fight back. I mean, and he chose to fight back.
Dorian, does it mean anything special to you that Kelly sent for the Louisville Miami game for you guys?
Can you repeat that?
ESPN's bringing College Game Day in next week for your ACC opener against Miami. Does that mean anything extra more for you guys as players?
I mean, this might be the first College Game Day with what 12,000 people there. So I mean, it's gonna be different. But I mean, it's always a pleasure. You know what I mean? It's always a pleasure to have College Game in there. But it's a big game regardless. This is a team that we didn't do so well against last year. You know, we definitely need to get this one. They're a good team, good athletes. We definitely need to get this one.
Any further questions? Dorian, thank you.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
We'll close the evening out with defensive back Russ Yeast. Russ has now joined us, so we'll take questions for Russ.
Hey, Russ, Cameron with the Courier Journal. Coach Satterfield said that you hadn't tackled a lot in camp. What was it like to get that first big hit, forced fumble, and then get that recovery after kind of all the injury and everything?
It meant a lot for me just to have a big play like that, to get a lot of confidence back, get ready to go for the rest of the game. It was just really a wake-up call.
And Russ, I know you had been through a lot with the injury and everything. Just leading up to this game, kind of where were your emotions at after taking nearly a year off?
Man, my emotions were everywhere, all types of different places. I was just blessed to be back out there on the field, blessed to be around a great group of guys that pushed me hard to get back to where I'm at. So I was just happy, extremely happy to get out there and do what I love.
Russ, how tough was it for you? I mean, I think you had maybe one surgery, maybe two surgeries. Just how tough was it for you to get back after all of that?
Oh man, I had multiple surgeries. I mean, it was extremely difficult, but I mean, it was something that I couldn't have done on my own for sure. I give credit to the training staff we have here. They did a great job with me. I give credit to my family, give credit to my teammates. So I couldn't have did it by myself.
Practice quite a lot. Can you imagine what it's like on so much speed?
Can you repeat that? I can't really hear you.
Can't hear him, Kenny.
I know, he's trying to get on. He's muted.
Hey, Russ, Michael McCammon, while we try to figure that one out. What is there additional, emotions knowing that College Game Day is coming into town for your ACC opener against Miami?
I'm not really. I mean, for us as a football team, it's still another football game. College Game Day, I feel like that's more for the fans, just to bring a little more excitement to the game. Still for us, it's still the same thing. We got to prepare for Miami just like anybody else and try to go out there and get a win. We got to block out the noise.
Russ, Cameron again with the Courier Journal. When you had that fumble, before you forced that fumble and you saw the player running downfield, kind of what was running through your mind as that play was kind of unfolding?
I got to get him down before he gets in the end zone. Try to find a way to keep points off the board for the defense so we can fight another down. That's all that was going through my head.
Did you see where the ball went when you hit him?
I had a feeling that it was going to come out just based on where I hit him, because I kind of lined him up pretty good. And I just kind of felt that he didn't have the ball, so I just looked up and it was just laying there.
Russ, this is Gary Graves from AP. You all obviously wanted to be more aggressive this year, but how fast were you all really trying to play in a game like this?
We're trying to be aggressive. I mean, it's our second year in the system, so we're able to play a little bit faster because we know what we're doing. We still made some mistakes that we need to clean up. I think it's a good starting point for the defense, but we have a lot to clean up still.
Any further questions? Russ, that'll do it. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
That'll conclude our post-game interviews for this evening. Thank you.